One of the things that Lyric Stage is always trying to do is cultivate new audiences. And who better to try and cultivate than young students? You come to the theater, you see the actors, you see what they're doing, but you don't get to meet the designers. You don't get to see the people behind the scenes making the show happen. And so now if we can start introducing young audiences and young students to work behind the scenes and possible career paths for people behind the scenes, what could be a better match?
Lyric Backstage is a program that introduces middle school students and high school students to design and production career paths in the performing arts. It happens in two parts. When the students come to the theater, the second part is a performance of a one-act play that was commissioned specifically for that age audience. But the first part is these interactive presentations from members of the professional design team who tell students a little bit about how they became professional designers, how did they figure out that what they do now was a career that they could pursue and a job they could do. They talk a little bit about some of the major concepts behind the work that they do, regardless of what the project is. And then they bring students up on stage to demonstrate some technology or a creative process or something that's going on backstage, so that then when the students watch the play in the second half, they have this inside understanding into why certain design choices were made or how that technology works, what's the trick that's making that thing happen.
It's to get them engaged with the ideas of what you're doing and make them feel part of it, even if it's running a silly little quick change. That's exciting for them to participate in.
Some of the kids are getting ideas about things that they could do in their future that they would never have thought about. You can see them when they get up and they participate, that their mind is also running about opportunities that they never would have conceived of.
This actually told me of how you don't have to be an actor to be in the production, in the industry. You can do multiple things in that industry to be to be part of the play.
It takes a lot of people to perform a 45-minute play. Even if the play is not a really big Broadway show, it takes a lot of amount of people to put it together.
Generally, the program was amazing. For the last 40-something minutes, I was honestly astounded and amazed on how the actors performed, as well as how they interacted with us a little bit. And I found that interesting because I never thought actors could do that, because usually they stick to the script, but they got to interact with us, which was something I'd never seen before.
Within the next 5 to 10 years, we could create a replicable model that we could share with theaters across the country, and we could introduce middle and high school students throughout the entire United States to possible career paths, to possible creative paths that they can pursue, and even just opening up their own creativity for their own development, for their own understanding of the world and their own growth as a human being. That's my dream for Backstage.